If you're a business owner, have you ever hired an employee who you thought was going to be a rock star and they ended up being a total dud? I have a confession to make. I have also hired people who miserably failed when I thought they were going to be a great success. They cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars, and they're costing you thousands upon thousands of dollars and countless hours wasted in trying to develop that person. Here's the problem. You used your gut to make the decision. And a lot of times your gut's absolutely wrong. So here's the problem, is that when you hire the wrong person for the wrong job, they cost you a huge amount of money that is wasted. And then the biggest problem along with that is that you now are spending all of your time trying to get this bad employee that you hired up to speed when you're losing focus on all of your great talented people. They don't have you available to develop them. See, when you get the right person in place, you can have an easy to develop person who is a gem to work with. You get a huge return on investment on their salary, and you can focus on your top tier talent who needs your guidance and leadership. Let me give you a real life story. I had an owner of a dental insurance brokerage that I was coaching many years ago. And he interviewed a seasoned salesperson with extensive experience in dental insurance marketing. Looked great on paper. Here's the problem. He had a really choppy work history. And when we did a profile test on his job fit, he only got a 39% fit for the job. And I told him point blank, I don't think this is a good decision. He went ahead and, his gut told him this was the right person. He cost thousands upon thousands of dollars in lost sales, and he had to get fired after 90 days. So let's go over three major things that will help you stay away from the gut hire. The first one is you need to conduct a group interview. See, it's way too easy to develop blinders on a candidate that you fall in love with. When you have multiple people in the interviewing process, you get feedback that maybe this person is not the right person. So I'm going to give you an example. So you may be out there going, well, Kevin, I really don't have that large of a team. I only have one person that works with me. Well, I was in the same position, and I was looking to hire another coach. And we sat down with this individual, and my wife, Gina, joined in on the interview. And afterwards, she told me right away, I didn't get a good feel about this person. Well, I went against her advice because I had fallen in love with this candidate, and this person was a complete bomb that cost me a lot of money. Needless to say, now I actually, on major hires, she's a part of the process. So if you are a small business owner with a small team, potentially use your spouse to be a part of the interviewing process. The second one is you need to focus more on their behaviors than their job history. See, too many interviews are all about what you did at your previous jobs and why did you leave. And here's the thing is you need to take the job description that you have for this individual and break it down into its component parts and ask them specific examples of when they did this component and how successful were they. Here's a good example. You could say, well, this job, our job description, we were going to need you to establish a CRM sales database that we use to market to our individuals. Give me an example of when you were able to put together a CRM system and how successful is it? What did you do? How did you do it? What were the results? So now we start focusing on behaviors rather than job titles. The third, and probably a key part of this getting out of the gut hire, is using psychometric profiling to establish a job fit. What do I mean by psychometric profiling? There are plenty of tests out there that you can give a person that determines if this person is a good fit. You can use Profiles XT. You can use some form of DISC or motivators to determine if they're a fit. There's other tests out there. but use something that's going to help you choose that person. You see, using an analytical tool to see how a person fits the job that you're hiring for helps you see beyond what is on their resume and their interviewing skills, and gives you a view of a person using an objective profile process. Now, it's not to be used as the ultimate decision maker, but what it can do is it can clarify if you are on the right track or the wrong track. Going back to my example, this individual with the dental insurance brokerage business owner, he had a resume that showed him excellence, but the testing showed them otherwise. And it was like, no, we should really look at that 39% fit instead of falling in love with the experience that this person had. You see, when you stop hiring from your gut instincts and start using group interviews, behavioral-based interview questions, and psychometric profiling, you allow yourself to no longer fall in love with a candidate that might very well be a much bigger disappointment than you realize. You know, we know that it can cost you a lot of money, and the SHRM, Society for Human Resource Management, says that it can take a business owner anywhere from 6 to 9 months of an employee's salary to replace that individual. So for example, an employee making $60,000 a year, that comes out to $30,000 to $45,000 in recruiting and training costs, and that doesn't even count lost sales or wasted money in other areas. Now, if you need help with hiring the right person, why don't you schedule a 30-minute hiring strategy session with me? In that call, I will help you figure out a better way to hire a new employee, and I will also send you over the Action Coach 4-hour hiring process, which, when properly utilized, can reduce an employee turnover by over 50%. Go ahead and book the call with me. I look forward to helping you on your hiring process.